This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
History. Last night was a night most of us did not expect. It was funny because somebody goes to me, man, I'm hoping they can pull it off. And I said, man, they're going to need a Rex Chapman 39-point night versus Michael Jordan and the Bulls type performance. And they got it. They got 40 from Jimmy last night. He had the triple-double last night with the 40 points, the 11 rebounds, the 13 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He was all over the place yesterday, and he did what a number one player should do. Jimmy, it's been an amazing ride with him because he was the guy that was considered maybe too much of a hothead, and maybe not the guy to be the leader of a team because of what happened to him in Chicago and Milwaukee with some of the young guys. And then the situation with the Sixers, it was weird because it looked like he provided the leadership that they needed, and yet they don't decide to re-sign him. And it was weird that they decided to give the money to Tobias Harris, who's the younger player. I get it, but not necessarily the leader that Jimmy is. And so it was a gamble by the Sixers, and we see how that turned out because obviously they were an embarrassment of a team this year, and they did not in the process advance very far. And so we all saw what happened with the Sixers. So they made a mistake in leadership. They needed it desperately, and they allowed it to walk out the door. But even myself. And I'll give my boy George Sedano some credit here because, when they brought Jimmy in, I was kind of concerned myself, like a lot of people, like, okay, wait a minute, this guy, has had his run-ins, and is he coming here just to be the number one guy to, hey, give me the ball and I'll be the guy every night, I'm going to get my points and, try to justify the $40 million salary, all of that stuff, right? And I even told you guys, look, this move is not as important if you don't get another star next to him, right? And so far, all of that has been wrong because he is we find out that Jimmy really, yes, he's intense. Yes, he wants to, compete every single night. and so you think about it and you go, so my throat here is struggling. I sound like freaking Bill today.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Well, you sound like this every day.
No, I don't. Listen to me now.
Every day. Don't worry about it. You'll have it. But I don't know what it is. I got to clear my throat here. Anyway, so, you think about it, and so he wasn't the issue in Minnesota and Chicago. And, yes, he's intense and he wants to compete and all of that, but it's a lot of what this team is wired to do. And so it becomes a match made in heaven. And and by the end of this season now, we're into the finals, I think people are now seeing that Jimmy Butler was not the problem in Minnesota. Minnesota still sucks as an organization, so it wasn't Jimmy's problem. Chicago is a joke of an organization. They've been a joke for a long, long time. They continue to be a joke. Jimmy wasn't the problem. The Sixers, they chose to give the money to Tobias Harris instead of Jimmy Butler. So we now know that the Sixers, pretty much the Sixers are a terrible franchise. They just got lucky that they ended up sucking for so long that they got high picks and they got a couple of players. But it's not because they know what the hell they're doing and they let Jimmy go. And so now Miami signs him, and you don't know what you're going to get. And we're all nervous. We don't really know what we're going to get out of this. You're a better team. With Jimmy, you should make the playoffs. I thought at least second round, right? I never thought they would get past Milwaukee. Get the hell out of here. And be in the NBA Finals, get the hell out of here. There's no way most of us logically would never think that they would be where they're at. And yet, they've accomplished all of this with Jimmy. And Jimmy has led the way. And Jimmy has been the ultimate leader, actually, all year long. He's more than willing to sacrifice his touches so Tyler can develop and Duncan can develop and Kendrick Nunn can develop and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And for Bam to be the number one guy, he's the guy that calls Bam the heart and soul of the team as it is. So Jimmy has proven to be exactly opposite of everything that's been talked about. And when they signed him, I was worried about, well, you know, he's been hard to get along with. Will another star really come? And I'll give my boy Sedano a lot of credit because Sedano on Twitter goes to me, oh, you'll see there'll be stars that'll want to come here with Jimmy. And I was, all right, I gotta see it because obviously I'm watching, you know, stop after stop. Look, if you've been married 3 or 4 times, okay, you can only have so much bad luck. At one point or another, you're the problem. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and I'm sorry if I'm talking to anybody out there that's been married 3 or 4 times. Maybe you might think you found 3 or 4 terrible people and it's not your fault. Or maybe then again, you might be the problem. You know what I mean? I kind of tend to think not one or 2 times because, hey, it could happen to any of us. But once we start to get to 3 and 4, I start to kind of think, you know, either you suck at finding people or the people that suck find you. You know, whatever it is, I'm not sure exactly how it works out, but you're bad at this. You know, you're probably better off just hanging solo for the rest of your run so you don't have to deal with the misery. You know what I'm saying? And so as we watch each marriage and divorce with Jimmy, I get concerned too. And this marriage has been as perfect as it gets.